Astronomers Leo and Sarah shared a passion for unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. Night after night, they explored the boundless heavens together, their telescope becoming a window into the vast unknown. One evening, as they scanned the constellations, an unusually bright star caught their attention. Intrigued, they initially considered it to be a satellite, but their supervisor urged them to capture an image and send it to Dr. Marcus, a renowned astrophysicist, for further analysis. Excited by the possibility of a significant discovery, Leo and Sarah promptly followed the instructions. Dr. Marcus received the photos the next day, and as he examined them, his excitement quickly turned to dread. The images revealed a massive comet hurtling toward Earth at astonishing speed. Though still several 100,000 kilometers away, it was projected to collide with Earth in just a few months. Alarmed, Dr. Marcus documented the critical details onto a disk, scribbling his nickname and Leo's name on it. Determined to alert the authorities, he set out in his car to deliver the information. Tragically, he was involved in a fatal accident, leaving the vital disk undelivered. Time passed and the looming threat remained undiscovered. A year later, U.S. Government Secretary Ellen abruptly resigned, citing his wife's illness as the reason. However, journalist Jenny suspected there was more to the story. Determined to uncover the truth, she visited Ellen at his home. To her surprise, she found him stockpiling large quantities of food, water, and other survival essentials, an unusual sight that heightened her suspicions. Confronting Ellen, Jenny mentioned the secret communication lines in his department used to contact the president directly. She openly doubted the official explanation for his resignation, suspecting a more significant reason. Ellen, unfazed, cryptically replied, "I have the biggest news in history, but it's of no use to anyone." Disturbed by his response, Jenny left. On her way home, she was stopped by FBI agents who escorted her to the White House. In a private meeting, the president urged Jenny not to disclose what she knew. Instead, he offered her a coveted second-row seat at an upcoming press conference, an opportunity any journalist would dream of. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Jenny agreed. Back at home, she delved deeper into Ellen's case and discovered that during his resignation, he had written ELE instead of his wife's name. The abbreviation stood for Extinction Level Event, a term associated with catastrophic disasters, such as the asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs. Realizing the potential magnitude of what Ellen knew, Jenny grew increasingly alarmed. 2 days later, Jenny attended the president's press conference. In a grave tone, the president revealed that Earth often encounters small asteroids, but the object currently approaching was far larger. Comparable in size to Mount Everest and weighing approximately 500 million tons, its collision with Earth would cause unprecedented devastation, likely eradicating all life. For months, the United States and Russia had been constructing the largest space station in orbit. Within 2 months, a specialized team would be sent to attempt a diversion of the asteroid's trajectory. The president credited Dr. Marcus and Leo Biederman for the discovery. However, he also disclosed Dr. Marcus's tragic death, noting that the scientist had been instrumental in identifying the asteroid's threat. Watching the announcement from home, Leo realized the asteroid threatening Earth was the same mysterious object he and Sarah had discovered a year earlier. News of his role spread quickly, and neighbors gathered outside his home, hailing him as a hero. However, Leo humbly gave all credit to Dr. Marcus, emphasizing his pivotal contributions to the discovery. Meanwhile, preparations for the mission were in full swing. A team of astronauts was sent to intercept the asteroid, armed with a plan to drill a 100-meter hole into its surface and plant a nuclear bomb. The explosion was intended to alter the asteroid's trajectory, diverting it away from Earth. However, the mission encountered challenges almost immediately. During the drilling process, the machinery became stuck on the asteroid's rugged surface. Compounding the problem was the asteroid's rotation, which exposed one side to the sun's scorching heat, while plunging the other into freezing darkness. As the asteroid turned, the side where the team was working began to face the sun. Temperatures soared to a blistering 300 degrees Celsius, triggering explosions from gas pockets on the asteroid's surface. The team rushed to install the bomb, but the extreme heat posed life-threatening dangers. One astronaut, caught off guard by the sun's glare, lost his vision. Another was thrown off balance by a sudden explosion, drifting helplessly into space. With fuel reserves too low for a rescue, the team was forced to abandon him. Despite these setbacks, they managed to complete the installation and hurried back to their spaceship. As they traveled away from the asteroid, the bomb detonated. The resulting explosion shattered the asteroid into 2 massive fragments, but instead of resolving the crisis, it created a new one. Both pieces now hurtled toward Earth, doubling the threat. Back on Earth, panic spread as scientists scrambled to formulate a contingency plan. The fragmented asteroid posed a more complex challenge, as each piece required separate strategies to intercept. With time running out, global cooperation became imperative. Nations pooled their resources and expertise, deploying additional teams and technology in a last-ditch effort to avert disaster. One piece is large, and the other is much smaller. When the President of the United States learns about this, he becomes deeply concerned. Addressing the nation, he informs the media that two fragments of an asteroid are heading toward Earth. The smaller fragment is expected to crash into the ocean, creating a tsunami so massive it could travel over 1,100 miles in just 1 hour. The president estimates that they might save 10 million people through careful planning. He explains that the government has been preparing for this crisis since the asteroid was discovered. Large underground bunkers have been built in Missouri, stocked with enough food and supplies to last 2 years. Initially, 2 million people were selected to enter these shelters, with an additional 8 million to be chosen through a lottery system. The condition: no one over 50 years old would be eligible. To maintain order, the entire country would be placed under lockdown, preventing anyone from leaving after selections were finalized. Among those selected early is Leo's family. However, Leo's girlfriend, Sarah, and her family are not chosen. Devastated but determined, Leo proposes to Sarah, offering her 2 rings and explaining that if they marry, she would qualify to join him in the bunker. Though Sarah hesitates, unwilling to abandon her family, Leo assures her he has spoken with the government about their situation. After they marry, a government bus arrives to transport those selected to safety. While Sarah's name is on the list, her parents' names are not. Torn, Sarah refuses to leave her family despite Leo's pleas. Ultimately, Leo has no choice but to leave without her, and Sarah and her family stay behind. As news spreads that Earth is on the brink of destruction, chaos erupts. Despite the lockdown, people loot and break rules, driven by desperation and the inevitability of the end. Leo and his family arrive at the bunker, ready to endure the next 2 years underground. But Leo can't stop thinking about Sarah. He informs his family he's leaving to find her, promising to return quickly. Time is running out. Only 12 hours remain before the smaller fragment strikes Earth. The tsunami it generates will engulf vast portions of the planet, and 3 hours later, the larger fragment is expected to hit Canada, causing a global cataclysm. The Earth's environment will become uninhabitable for 2 years, and only those in the bunkers will survive. Meanwhile, a team of astronauts aboard a spacecraft faces a daunting mission. They had launched into space to intercept the asteroid, managing to split it into 2 pieces earlier. Now, with just 4 nuclear bombs remaining, they decide to land on the larger fragment. Their plan: detonate the bombs to shatter it into smaller, harmless pieces. But they know this mission is a one-way trip. Their spacecraft will run out of fuel, leaving them stranded in space. Fully aware of the sacrifice they're about to make, the astronauts proceed with their mission, determined to save humanity. Back on Earth, Leo arrives at Sarah's home only to find it empty. Sarah and her family have left, trying to escape the chaos. Leo begins searching for her, navigating congested roads filled with panicked people fleeing in every direction. After a frantic search, he finds Sarah. This time, her family agrees to come with him. They all head toward the bunkers, taking Sarah's younger brother along. However, as they make their way, Sarah's friend Jenny arrives by helicopter. Jenny's name was on the bunker list, but she chooses to give up her spot, ensuring her father and a close friend can take her place instead. With her decision made, Jenny goes to spend her final moments with her father. The smaller fragment of the asteroid hurtles toward Earth, burning brightly as it enters the atmosphere. It crashes into the ocean with a tremendous explosion, generating a colossal wave. Jenny and her father, standing by the shore, are swept away by the tsunami, disappearing into the raging waters. Cities are obliterated, entire areas submerged underwater. Leo, Sarah, and her younger brother reach a high mountain, joining others who have sought refuge from the floodwaters. From their vantage point, they witness the devastation, an eerie, breathtaking view of destruction below and a fiery sky above. In space, the astronauts make their final approach to the larger fragment. Before their mission begins, they have an emotional final conversation with their families. They know they will never see them again. With heavy hearts but unwavering resolve, the astronauts execute their plan. Their spacecraft collides with the asteroid, placing the bombs in critical positions. Moments later, the detonation shatters the larger fragment into countless smaller pieces. As these fragments are pulled into Earth's atmosphere, they burn up harmlessly, sparing the planet from total annihilation. Leo, Sarah, and the others on the mountain witness the fragments streaking across the sky like a meteor shower. They know that without the astronauts' bravery, the Earth would have faced the same fate as the dinosaurs millions of years ago. While the tsunami has left cities destroyed and millions displaced, humanity has survived. The waters will eventually recede, and the survivors will rebuild. In the aftermath, the president addresses the nation, honoring the astronauts who sacrificed their lives to save humanity. He vows that their heroism will never be forgotten. Though much has been lost, hope remains. Humanity has narrowly escaped extinction, and now begins the long journey of rebuilding and healing from the devastating events. United by their shared survival, the people of Earth look to the future, determined to create a world worthy of the sacrifices made to save it. And to save your binge, I prepared some recommendations on the right. Subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed this story and want to return in the future. Grab your popcorn, enjoy yourself, and see you soon, my friend.